Hey, how's everyone doing? Recap Monday, 519, 519. All right, what we got? We got futures pushing, man, pushing. $2 away now to take the 2 month out on the SPY. You only about $2 and change. All right, on a monthly. Here we are, very close. All right, Q's already did their job. Took out the 2 month, going for this guy now, 533. That's going to be a grabber. That's a ways away. All right, it's trading at 521.60. You got to get back up to 533.80 ish. All right. And then diamonds, what are you going to say? You got a long way to go and a short time to get there, buddy. I'll tell you that. To get the 2 month, it's going to be very difficult. 440.58. Okay. This one, long way to go and a short time to get there on your diamonds. Going to have to do some serious pushing if that thing wants to try to take the 2 month out before the end of the month. That is going to come on the 30th of May, at the 30th of May. So I want to say we got 8 days left in the month. All right. When I say that, I mean that because the time is important. So what I'm going to say here, I'm going to go through the Mag 7. All right, we got 8 days to go. I don't think that the Qs can get that. I mean, I don't know if the Diamonds can get that in 8 days, but it could. It could very well. It's going to be close. All right, and now some of these Mag 7s are a hell of a lot closer to buttoning up that month and taking out that 2 month or that 3 month, whichever one we're going to be looking at. So we're going to see what they can do. All right. So looking at it right now. All right. So I want to start with Meta. I want to start with Meta right off the bat. So Meta says, all right. Meta says 681 and a quarter to get back up to take the 2 month out. Okay. Hasn't gotten it yet. All right. Got up to 665.84. We're searching for 681 and a quarter. 681 and a quarter. That's our weekly right there. All right. That's where we got to get to. We got 8 days. Here's where we are right now. We're stuck inside. Okay. Now, 8 days seems like a lot, but if you get 2 down days, you really only get 6. If you think about it like that, if we get a day down or a 2 day down. All right. So we're going to keep an eye on that one. All right. What I'd like to do is triangle out this whole thing and get back in and button that all up going into the end of the month. So this way you'd be at the top of the range here, and then you button that thing up, and then no room for Sneaky Pete to get back in there. All right. So Sneaky Pete, you'll get to know the guy. All right, so looking for Meta to triangle out. When you look at on your weekly, there's your pattern. That's where we need to get to. And we got a 2-1. Could be the 2-1 weak, and maybe that could get it. Or, it could stay in, it's inside right now, so we'll see. It could reverse and go back down. All right, so anyhow, Meta with the one inside. All right, it's green. What I want to say about Meta is that it opened near the lows of the day today. It reversed and it went straight back up. Okay, that's good momentum. All right, we had it pinned down this morning with the 2 down. That made the two down, and no, the 2-1 came on the upside at the end of the day. But we opened near the lows. They reversed, and we finished up 9 cents on the day. Okay, 9 cents on the day on Meta. All right, that's the momentum that we kind of picked up this morning. Amazon, pretty easy. Not much. It could get there, unless a couple of really bad days come. It could triangle out. I look at it right here. We got to get to here, right? We already took the month out. So what we have to do, we have to triangle out the month that we're in, so we can button this up so Sneaky Pete can't get back inside. All right, so we're trying to get this thing back up, and that high is 214.84. There it is on your weekly, 214.84. All right, that's the number we're hunting for. Not too far for us to get on Amazon. All right, not that long of a way to go and not that much time to get there. So it should be able to. All right, you're just triangling out on this daily pattern. But again, you get one a day or you get 2 day down or something, everything could get messed up. All right, and then what happens if it doesn't, right? Well, you're getting a sneaky Pete inside and you're getting a 1. Same thing with the meta. I'm trying to make it sound like I'd like everybody to be 1 on the month if I could, but it's going to be difficult to do. All right, but anyhow, that's what we're hunting down. And again, Amazon opened at 2 today. It opened at 201.65. All right, it opened on the lows again, reversed and went back up. That's good. That's good price action. All right, we were down negative and we rallied all the way back up. Closed up 57 cents on the day. There it is. All right, Tesla, what's to say? It's Tesla, man. All right, so Tesla. I'm gonna make this real easy. $52 to triangle it out. All right, right here on the 3-month, because that's the only one that we got right now. All right, that's $394. This high right here. Okay, from where we are, we're $52 away. Okay, to button it up, close it up. Don't let Sneaky Pete in, and it'll be the 2-2. And no matter what happens, it's going to be a 2. And then we try to see if we can get back up there. All right, Tesla opened at 336 this morning, so it kind of opened in the middle of the range, right around in here. Made the lower low and then kind of reversed it, and didn't go too far off on the high of the day. The high of the day was 343, so she pulled back. We're down $7 today on Teslers. Okay, so that's your Tesla, and we'll see what that's going to do. Again, we got to get back up here to 394. That's our weekly pattern. We're 2-1 inside. Maybe that 2-1-2 week gets us there back up on Tesla. We'll see what happens there. All right, Google plenty of time in my opinion. The question is, can we get there? We're taking the 2-month here. We got the 1. Now we're hunting this guy down. 176.90. All right, that's coming up here on your weekly. All right, that's our number we're looking for. 176.90. All right, so we got to get through here. All right, we're either going to stay inside week. We stay inside week. We burn time. All right, keep that in mind. Again, try to get these babies to come inside 1. If I could get all of them inside 1, things could get weird. All right, that's what I'm looking for, especially on the monthly. Okay, so and then whatever it would be, June 2nd. All right, so that would be the new day. That would be our new month coming in. All right, so interestingly enough, we'll see if that could happen. All right, so Google's got to get through here. All right, it's got to get through this tomorrow or the next day, whatever it might be. But right now, our magnitude is 170.65. We got to get through 170.65. We're trading about maybe $3.50 from there right now. All right, so you got to get to here. And you got to get to there so we can button it up and close it up so Sneaky Pete can't get in. If you don't know what Sneaky Pete means, you're going to know. You're going to know soon. All right, Apple, crapple. Better now. Put up a hammer today. I'm not a big hammer guy with the wick, but I'll take it. All right, I'll take it. Some people would say this is a great hammer. I'm a little picky. All right, I say Apple's got to hold here now. Apple needs to hold. If Apple comes back and triangles this back out again, it's like all bets off on Apple. I don't know. All right, today it might have recovered. All right, but it opened like at 207.91. All right, so it opened right in here. But what did it do? It sold all the way down, and it reversed and came all the way up and closed up with a hammer. That is impressive. Okay? That has got some momentum. Now, it was crapping out at the end. You see, It was already finding some exhaustion risk here, right? It ran up and then it started doing that nonsense that it's been doing. But the one thing that I did notice is that when the market was breaking earlier, Apple held on this too. The SPY was breaking down in like the 5th hour of the day, and Apple held. All right, she held at that 208 number and around 208.30ish. She seemed like she got a little bit of support there. All right, so maybe there's something there, and I don't know. But first thing we got to do is triangle out this month, which is 214.56. All right, so 214.56. This I put this in here on the weekly on this equilibrium. So we got in there twice. This was already there before I made it. But so there you go. Twice they went in, twice they crept out. We got to get up inside there, and we got to get to 214.56. I don't know what that high was. Which one was the put the high in? Probably there. There it is. 214.56. If you get that, okay, then you got the month. All right, that means you buttoned up the month. Now you got to go for the 2-day. Now think, 8 days. You got 8 days to get up to 225.02. More than likely, it looks like Apple will be a 1. I just don't know if it's going to be able to get up to 225.36 in 8 days. All right, we'll see. It had a good turnaround today. If it starts to get some traction, then there's a good chance. If we get this month early enough, if we get this in the next 3 or 4 days, then I say we could legit have a shot. All right, but right now, I don't know. I'm a little sketchy. The thing's been acting like real crap, but maybe today it got better. We'll see. Apple, Nvidia, same thing here, man. Long way to go, short time to get there, especially when Nvidia just keeps running into exhaustion risk. Every time it gets up near 136, it stops. Okay, as you see there, stops, gets to 136.12, backs off, got here. All right, 135.57, stalls out. Get up here on your 90 minute, gets shaky, coming back down. All right, what did Nvidia do today? Where did Nvidia open today is what we should say, right? So Nvidia opened at 132.39. Okay, it opened near the low of the day. Okay, it reversed, it ran up. It was negative. It finished up 17 cents. That's good momentum. All right, so we do have some good momentum. This momentum has to continue tomorrow and the next day, because 8 days is it's not that much, but it's enough. Okay, so we'll see. Again, now we need Nvidia to take this 3-month out because that's our target. 143, what is it? 143.44. That is going to be tough to get. All right, considering that it's having a tough time at 136 right now. All right, so you're going to need probably that, and that's trying out. You're probably going to need most of those 8 days to try to get that one to button that up with no sneaky Pete getting in. Okay, there's Nvidia. Mags is easy, I think. I don't know if Mags is easy. All right, Mags takes the 2-2 up already, going for the 3-month now. That's our target, and that's what we're looking at. So we're hunting for 55.83. 55.83. That's up here. All right. Now, when you look at it like this, it looks like a lot farther. Well, where'd she open at today? She opened at 51.37. I think the low of the day was 51.28. So she opened right off the lows. She reversed and she went back up. She had a pretty decent day. Finished the day down 17 cents. Okay, Mags. All right, so going to have to take the 2-1-2. It could be the 2-1-2 weeks that get us there if that's what sets up, and we all get this 2-1 inside. But if that means we have to stay inside for the rest of this week, which is only 4 days left, all right, and then you only got 4 days left after the rest. So I'd say long way to go for some than others, and short time to get there for some as well. All right, but I'm going to leave it at that. I'd love them all to come inside one on month on June 2nd. Make me happy. All right, everything come back inside. It's going to be tough either way. All right, we're trying to navigate 8 stocks here. So we'll see what happens. All right, so everybody have a wonderful evening and be good. Be good.